What up? It's Corey Hines coming from Art 110, fall 2000. What is this? 2011. Uh, Reading first chapter of Eva and Franco Mates Art 110 book. It was very random. At some points, it has some interesting things that I'm going to go over right now. But as far as the whole thing, it was pretty crazy. I guess the first thing I wanted to talk about was the Darko Maver. He was a non-existent artist created by Eva and Franco. To me, I think he's like sort of an alter ego. Like, I'm Corey Hines, and my alter ego would be KG Stacks Up. So when they created the new identity for their artists, on page 16 it said, they set up a variety of sites on which the life and works of Darko Maver took shape. Well, me, on my personal life, I think when I'm setting up for KG Stacks Up, I mean when I'm on the track, when I'm running, my social life around my friends, everyone calls me KG Stacks Up. That's just the alter ego of mine. When I'm at parties, there's certain things I do. When I'm doing my photography and my film, there's a lot of stuff I do that corresponds to that alter ego of his. Second was on page 20 where they were talking about the social networks. Basically, let me go to page 20 real fast. Oh, it's not on page 20. Well, basically, they were talking about how social networks, like Facebook, reveal users' unimagined willingness to broadcast their personal messages, and while systems like Flickr and YouTube will gather billions of viewers for people to watch as in real time, I myself have accounts on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube, on Tumblr, and MySpace, everything like that. It has almost a lot of my personal information, but not super personal, like my phone number, my address, stuff like that. Just like small minimal stuff, like where I go to school, what I do for hobbies and whatnot. But I always have to stop using Facebook because of the personal stuff that would be revealed, such as like wall comments. Everybody would have like a personal thing with that. Twitter, on the other hand, I don't know. I just like to tweet, talk about stuff, have everyone else come talk about me. Then when I'm on YouTube, I actually do some funny things. Some like my favorite videos when I was doing a dance on the freeway while I was driving. But that's about it. Another thing that I wanted to point out in this was on page 34, where they were talking about art being a virus. I think when I read it, the title is "You People Are Pathetic Fools. You Truly Believe That a Virus is Art." When I was reading through it, it really was like, wow, viruses have negative connotations, but this one, as I read on, it didn't really have that much of a conversation. Like here they say on page 35, it took a few drinks to convince a programmer to write the virus. At that point, the project took shape. We were going to infect the world, a negative connotation, we infect the art world with a net.art virus. The epidemic was more interested in highlighting the intrinsic beauty of the code, the artistic nature of the virus, and the potential expressive and narrative use of computing languages. Like that right there by itself is like, yeah, it has some negative words in it, but if you read the whole thing and put it together, that's something inspiring. To me, it is, at least. Well, even Franco were focused on the dynamics involved of circulating the virus and the metaphor of power and the impact of the media, because the media has a lot of control on everything. Like the media on one topic depicts beauty, they say on one hand this person is this, that, and the other, and that's what the society accepts, versus someone else being on that lesser level. That's what the society doesn't affect. As far as the virus having to spread and circulate, they wanted the virus to survive as long as it could. They actually printed out T-shirts, which is pretty funny to me, that just to keep it going as long as they can. And the way they did it, when they explained it, they had reassembled and took pieces of another computer and put it together, and basically, long story short, it made it a whole lot better, so it survived a lot longer. I think And then also I wanted to talk about the Nike Ground project. Like, that was pretty crazy to me, how they were talking about, I don't even know what they were talking about, but I can't really explain everything that went on with it, but they used the logo and everything like that. When they had quoted in here, the Nike is a perfect subject, work of art, declared Franco. It's the logo, the swoosh. The swoosh is one of the most seen brands on earth, even more than political or religious symbols. If you think about it, sometimes, I don't know about the cross being something less than Nike sign, but Nike is everywhere. And I think that's it. So that was my synopsis on chapter 1 of Eva Franco. Interesting book, pretty crazy, random, and everything like that. That's it. Later.